So hello, Mr. Madison. Welcome and thank you for being here. We have Mr. Verbo over here asking you a very important question.
So, Coach, last season was a good one for you guys. What are you expecting out of your guys this year?
Good question. Every year is a different year. I think one of the things we've been able to do over the last 6 years I've been here is really establish an expectation of what work ethic we expect from our athletes is in season and out of season. I think we've over time I'm seeing my baseball players through all levels, varsity, JV. And even the incoming freshmen, they're in the weight room. They're throwing on their own after school. They understand what it takes not to just make the team, but to thrive and to meet our goals. So I'm expecting a lot of things. With the respects to the rest of the league and not really knowing their rosters, I'm not going to make any claims, but I would say that we're talented enough to where we're probably beating ourselves if we don't finish high in the Bay Division.
6 years of coaching, what is one thing that you've learned that's made the biggest impact on how you coach?
6 years of coaching here at Hillsdale. I probably will say that you learn how much you don't know about the game, even though you stay around it. You learn how much the game has evolved. I think you spend 6 years in one league, you start to look at the game a little bit different. You start to look at it in comparison of what the competition is next to you. So, we get a lot of coaches in our division that like to go small ball, defense, pitching. So you start to think not just in terms of baseball, doing everything everybody else is doing, everyone's taking ground balls, everyone's running bunt defenses. You start to think in terms of the chess match, what you have to do to offset, what you have to do to score one more run than the team you're playing every single game. So I think it's really humbled me over the last 6 years to be able to be a head coach in the Bay Division. I think it's made me really look at competition we play and to realize that I've got to grow and continue learning every single year.
Who has helped you, or even how has they helped you throughout the season?
Coaching staff, man. I think my baseball coaching staff is second to none. We have a deep coaching staff. Who's helped. I think everyone on our coaching staff has contributed, but we've got Ed Serrata, who's been there with me since day one. You've got Larry Marconi, you've got Will Carino, Douglas has been there the last few years as well. You got guys who've been in and out of the program, Jack Rizzo. We've been really deep, and we've got a new pitching coach coming in this year. I've been really fortunate to have even Matt Springman, 3 years as our head freshman coach. Now is going to be our JV head coach. I've had tremendous continuity in our program. We really believe in continuity. So I think they've been a tremendous help. Now stepping into a role as an athletic director as well, having a coaching staff in place that can run a meeting, that can run a practice. That our players are able to get that one-on-one during practice. If you're not able to connect with a kid, I know that Coach Ed or Coach Will or Coach Larry will do that. So having the coaching staff that we have has been tremendous for both myself and the program.
What helps you get through a long and stressful season?
I think early on it helps to win. I think in the first few years that's a big motivator. You're stressed out, and at the end of the day, you get to go home and you're exhausted, but you won, and you feel like you didn't do it in vain. I think as you grow as a coach and a few years pass, and you realize that's not always going to be the case. We've been very fortunate as a program. You start to realize that you've got to pace yourself. You got to pace yourself with your energy levels, your intensity. You got to put more accountability on our players to be motivators of themselves, to be motivators of one another, to hold each other accountable, and take some of that responsibility off a head coach. Because at the end of the day, the old saying, you can lead them to water, you can't make them drink. So
Bit of a curveball for you, Coach, but would you rather use eye drops made of vinegar or toilet paper made of sandpaper?
Eye drops made of vinegar or toilet paper made of... You did throw me a curveball. Since I'm a good sport, I'm going to go ahead and answer. I don't think I want anything in my eyes like that.
Yeah.
You know, if you can't see, you know, that's tough. So I think I'm gonna have to go with the sandpaper.
Full decision, sir. Full decision.
No. Respectful.
Yeah. Respectful.
Do you have any superstitions before games, whether it's taking off your hat, scratching your head, or rubbing someone else's hair? I don't know, whatever.
You know, I don't have any what I would call superstitions, but I do believe in a moment that either every athlete has to have with themselves, a coach has to have with themselves, or you have together where you focus. If it's a player or coach giving a speech, if it's someone telling a story, if it's you having a moment with yourself behind the dugout where you just dial in whatever that means for you. If it's saying a prayer, if it's meditation, if it's you know, the pitcher, you know, with his headphones on, getting mentally prepared for the game. I do believe that has to happen because I think that it's a game, it's a kid's game. At the end of the day, at this level, there's such a competitive nature to it that I think that before we run out there on that field, you have to dial in and know what you're getting into and mentally prepare for competition. So,
You know, I know you're a really healthy guy, always in good shape, but gotta tell us, what's your favorite type of cereal?
my favorite type of cereal, ooh, man, it's changed over the years. You know, I gotta say I do like Raisin Bran, but I'm a sucker for the Frosted Flakes. I will say I'm not gonna sit up here and lie. I'm a sucker for the Frosted Flakes. I gotta get it together, and yeah, I'll be
That's
honest.
awesome.
So,
Thank you, sir.
all right, thanks for your time, guys.